Hello. This presentation is designed to introduce you to the functionality, attributes and benefits of Icon ePlan. We aim to give you a snapshot of some of the outputs in ePlan and explain how they function, the features they have and the benefits they could offer you and your school. By the end of this module, you can expect to have an appreciation of how the centralisation of information and data in ePlan can support teacher and whole school planning for the benefit of all students. ePlan is a business intelligence tool that retrieves and transforms data in ways that allow the user to analyse and gain meaning. It will provide easy-to-use business intelligence reporting for Victorian Catholic schools with a particular focus on supporting the work of classroom teachers, middle leaders and school leaders. ePlan Release 1 will have outputs which draw data available through NAPLAN, student reports, student attendance and ASA-PAT, as well as student enrolment and administrative information. Future releases will contain extra data sets and will be rolled out to schools in the next few years. ePlan has a range of features and functions which include dashboards, outputs, filters, indicators, tooltips and click-throughs, and online guides which include an overview of the tool, data and calculations, and recommendations for using it in practice. There are two dashboards on ePlan. The Learning and Teaching dashboard is accessible by all school education staff, while the School Leadership dashboard is only accessible by principals or those who work in principal-like positions. The Learning and Teaching dashboard has information for class teachers, learning area leaders and student support leaders through a range of tiles. Information can be retrieved about individual students, classes and year-level cohorts, as well as subject analysis. There is also an import function for ASA-PAT test data. The School Leadership dashboard has the high-level information about school performance and is benchmarked against averages at a diocesan, state and national level. There is also functionality to click through to the Learning and Teaching dashboard, enabling information to be disaggregated to the year level, class or individual student. Having a query is fundamental to using ePlan. The whole database is dependent on using the filters well. There is the standard filter, which is required to generate an output that will be relevant to the user. The filter changes depending on the output required. There are also targeted group filters, optional filters that can be used to refine what data is displayed according to specific student attributes such as gender. The targeted group filter applies where it is relevant and useful. There are also legends or keys on many of the outputs. There are legends which explain the information and legends that evaluate against a business rule. These are available on nearly all school leadership outputs, as well as the leadership dashboard. They employ a traffic light approach, where school performance is evaluated against benchmarks. They have been set by the CECB based on the best available evidence, but should always be interpreted within context and with discernment. ePlan tooltips are also available on many outputs. When the cursor hovers over an image, more information is displayed. Click-throughs describe the interconnectedness within ePlan, where outputs have links and deep links to other outputs and to information within and across dashboards. This supports drilling up and drilling down and enables deeper exploration. Now, let's have a look at some of the outputs in ePlan and see what it is all about. ePlan's attendance outputs collect and display attendance information over time across cohorts and grade levels. This allows for comparison across levels and across subjects. There is the capacity to click through from big data sets to individual displays in the student profile, and there is a drill down capacity from yearly to period attendance. ePlan also enables a student's attendance history to be tracked if the student stays within the Catholic education system in Victoria. From the class attendance, you can click through to an individual student's profile, where data can be compared. In this example, the impact of this Grade 1 student's attendance less than 80% in their first year of schooling may be contributing to their lower performance by their second year of school. Or in this secondary student's profile, we can drill down to see absence patterns and commonly missed subjects. On the leadership dashboard, a principal can track the trend of attendance, compare year level attendance, and track one cohort over their years of schooling. Attendance or absence can be compared to the diocesan average and compared across year levels. There is also the capacity to drill down to year level or individual student data. Here is a list of the attributes and benefits of ePlan attendance outputs. ePlan has a range of outputs displaying information about students' reports. There is a history of teacher judgments against standards in all subjects for individuals, groups and cohorts displayed in a single output. Comparisons between teacher judgments and external grades are easily accessible, with explanatory and measurement legends available for ease of understanding and interpretation. The drill-down capacity enables access to longitudinal student performance, while the analytics outputs create a virtual data wall. The class summary academic profile shows historical information about each student's achievements compared across subjects and to NAPLAN. The coloured display is accompanied by an explanatory legend, and you can click through to the longitudinal performance of a student in any one subject. The NAPLAN SRS comparison is a scatter graph which compares student reports and NAPLAN scores. Use the line of best fit to evaluate correlation. Hover over a dot to see the student's name, report score, NAPLAN, and score and band. Student Analytics creates a virtual data wall sorting students by achievement. Filtering enables a more targeted look at a specific group's performance. Subject comparison displays teacher judgments against standards in all subjects in a year level as a stacked bar chart. The capacity to drill down allows comparison of classes within the same cohort, highlighting variations in class performance. And here are just some of the attributes and benefits of ePlan reports and outputs. NAPLAN data has always been available to schools through the NAPLAN data service, but now ePlan compares NAPLAN achievement and growth for a student, class or year level against all schools in the diocese and Australia, and indicates effect size in reading, writing and numeracy compared to national average. The drill down capacity enables disaggregation of data and information from whole school to cohort to individual student. The NAPLAN effect size magic quadrant compares NAPLAN achievement and growth from one testing period to another. In student profile, it compares one student's growth and achievement in each strand tested to the national average. Class and year level outputs compare the achievement and growth of a cohort, and on the leadership dashboard, achievement and growth in a NAPLAN strand can be compared to all other schools in the diocese once many schools are on ePlan. A more detailed explanation of the Magic Quadrant is available on the website. NAPLAN Progress on the Leadership dashboard provides a visual display indicating whether the school effect size between NAPLAN is above or below the national average and whether the gap between these two results is widening or narrowing. From there, the principal can drill down to see trend data comparing the school's progress to the diocese and to Australia. NAPLAN multi-strand comparison compares cohort achievement and effect size across strands and to diocesan average performance. It also compares the proportion of students achieving and progressing in each NAPLAN strand. NAPLAN school performance shows the principal the proportion of students at each year level achieving at each band in one NAPLAN strand. It drills down to a list of students at each band and from there enables click-through to individual students' profile to track achievement over time. Here is a list of the attributes and benefits of ePlan NAPLAN outputs. ePlan also contains ACR PAT data for those schools where the tests are taken electronically. It displays results at individual class or cohort levels. It triangulates ACR data with NAPLAN or SRS in a single output. You can drill down from item summary to analyse the spread of responses, view correct and incorrect responses, and identify percentage correct on item types. You can also drill down from class or cohort results to individual data in student profile and sort questions or item types. Year level or class history enables the class teacher or learning area leader to compare results over time where tests have been taken periodically. Item summary can be filtered to show one skill and drills down to the question, showing the percentage of each response and highlighting where misunderstandings or misconceptions exist. ACR and NAPLAN results are compared in a scatter graph, which shows correlation as measured by a line of best fit, enabling easy identification of outliers. The hover function displays a student's name and details, and you can click through to the student profile to view individual responses, including percentage correct. This is also sortable by item type or result, as well as question number. Here is a list of the attributes and benefits of ePlan ACR outputs. Each student's individual profile allows access to basic information, including contact details, current and previous teachers and classes. It displays data for each student's performance in student reports, NAPLAN and ACR, and allows access to multiple measures in single outputs. Attendance data is displayed at period, daily, monthly and yearly intervals. The profile consolidates all available data on a student and displays it in multiple forms and levels of diagnostic detail. It includes flags for students with additional learning needs and/or English as a second language. As you can see, there are many benefits to having so much information about each student so readily available. Thank you. I hope you now have an appreciation of how the centralisation of information and data in ePlan can support teacher and whole school planning for the benefit of all students, and you are looking forward to its introduction at your school. If you have any questions, please follow the URL on this slide for more information.